road trip?
Are you
road trip?
Yes.
Should we get started
Yes.
today? We have Elizabeth Gilbert with us, and we're very excited. Thank you so much for being here. Elizabeth has written Eat, Pray, Love, which is a book about a year you spent traveling following a very traumatic divorce, and you took this year to travel, and we got to travel with you, and so we get to talk about that journey today. And I think I want to start about this idea of self-discovery. There's something really important there, because this is supposed to be a universal story, and for you, you meditated, you traveled, and you took those elements and you made your own journey. And I was just wondering if you could talk more about what made it your journey, but also what makes it a universal story.
Yeah, I think it's funny because now that the book is out, every once in a while I get a letter from somebody who says, okay, so I went to Italy, I found the gelateria where you ate that gelato, and then I went to Naples and I found that pizzeria and I had the pizza, and now I want to go to, India. Can you tell me the name of your ashram? And then next I want to go to Bali and meet the medicine man. And as excited as I am always to see somebody going on a journey, there's also a part of me that wants to say, okay, that's great, but the point isn't that you go do what I did. The point is that maybe this book will encourage you to ask yourself the same questions that I was asking myself that led to this journey. That's the important thing to begin with. I think every major spiritual epic journey in our lives begins with that series of self-interviewing. What is it that I really want? Why am I so unhappy? What would change this? What am I here for? Where am I going? What do I want to do with my one wild and wonderful life? And those answers came to me not in a flash, like this journey I didn't put it together in an afternoon. It came after 4 years of like a lot of suffering and a lot of anguish and a lot of self-doubt, and just built slowly this kind of castle of a dream of what it was that if I could do anything, that was the question I kept saying to myself, if you could do anything, what would you do? And stop limiting it, just blow it up as big as you can imagine it to be. And that became this trip. And I think that's the question that at some point in our lives, most of us are called to answer. What really are you here to do? And what is stopping you from doing it? And I'm not sure that everyone's answer is going to involve pizza from Naples. Although
No, it sounds.
I know it is.
I'm somehow wanting to work that in, though.
if you can incorporate that.
I think it involves pizza in some form, though.
Yeah, it has to.
But I think one of the things
Or melted cheese.
Exactly.
while I'm in a very happy marriage and I'm not unhappy, I yet found so many things from what you did I want to incorporate. One of the things I really identified when you were trying to learn how to meditate and be quiet, I'm like, oh, okay. I so identified with that, and I thought, I don't feel like I need to go to India or but it started making my mind think, yes, I want to hear God speak to me, and I can't be quiet. You know what I mean? Like the little mind. And so it makes me want to take that journey farther.
Yeah.
And
that's available. I think that the world would be an even more cruel and unfair place than it already is if the only people who could have spiritual journeys were people who could afford to go to India. And
or
clearly that is not the case.
Quiet.
I took something totally different. I'm not looking to be quiet in my life. I don't want to be, and I don't feel like it's going to get me somewhere different. But what I really took from it was the whole idea of being present in the moment. I thought about how many times do I wake up on a Monday and start thinking about the weekend? Or how often am I thinking about the next vacation? And how many days in between am I missing because I'm not thinking about what's happening today? And so this is just totally out of character for me, but I started a grateful journal. And every night before I go to bed, I write 5 things that day that I'm grateful happened. And I'm not thinking about the things that I wish didn't happen, and not thinking about what I want to do differently, but I'm just forcing myself then throughout the day to be thinking about the little moments that matter, even if it's a stressful work day or even if I'm not feeling well. And when I picked up the book...
I started that in June. That's so funny. I was doing exactly the same thing, but one memory. I guess I'm not as ambitious. Or my days suck. No. But that's cool. Good
and I never, when I picked up the book to read, I never thought that I'd put it down and actually start something transformative in my life like that. But I just really like the way it's making me think about every day.